Stream is starting, everybody. All right, let's make sure the Discord voices are correct for today, which is, oh, I don't know, maybe
One
that'll
of
work.
those.
Yeah, it's one. There you go. You guys are there. So, welcome, everybody. Welcome to the All Things Fantasy Grounds Talk Show. This is a show that is meant to teach and help, but the opinions stated on the show are not those of Smiteworks USA LLC or Fantasy Grounds or the Forge or the DMs Guild or anybody, just us. We're just fans. We're just here to help you guys out. And um, let me say hello to my co-hosts. By the way, before that, I'd like to thank you. Hello to Nafum and Maticure in the chat. Thank you to the Garvster who resubbed for 59 months. Thank you, Garvster. It's awesome. And yes, Mr. Drake Takes, how are you?
Doing good. It's Sunday, and it was a great day actually today. I ate all kinds of food, but now I'm tired, and you guys get to entertain me.
All right, very good. I ate some food today too. Robin, how are you?
I had also a pretty good day. Took my kiddos out for ice cream at this local place called Oberweis Ice Cream Parlor. They also they're like a big dairy production out here, so they make milk and stuff like that. And their milk is literally
Sounds German.
addicting. It is, I think. I'm sure it was like
it has cocaine
started
in
by
it.
German. Yeah, they put
Overweight.
crack in it.
Yeah, they
I
put
don't know.
crack in
It's
there.
so
That's how you get
fucking good.
addicted.
It comes in glass bottles. Anyways, I had a great day. I had
I
some
think
delicious
milk out
ice
of a
cream.
glass bottle might taste better. It's like soda out of a 12-ounce can tastes so fucking good.
Yeah,
And
it's
it
so
doesn't taste
good.
as good out of the fountain or whatever. I don't know.
Couldn't
$14
agree
bottle.
more. Although it's
We-
$9 a gallon, so that's kind of fucking
well,
crazy.
then there you go.
Ouch.
We've got an OG here tonight with us as well, Mr. Leroon. How are you? Founder of Fantasy Grounds Academy. How are you?
I am doing very well. Just wrapping up my weekend. I got to do some dishes later, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm coming down off my birthday, which was 2 days ago, and I don't know, it was all right, but I'm old now, so how good could it be? I'm super old. Getting older.
Closer to death.
We're all getting closer to that. So today we're gonna go over the Fallout rule set. Now I'm gonna go try and find Leroon's screen here.
Yep.
Because I do not own the Fallout rule set myself. I am not a Fallout fan per se. I know what it is. I
played the video game.
Yeah, I know some of it. I played the pinball machine. Can I make this bigger? Can I make?
Whoa!
Pop
Wait,
out.
what are you doing, Rob? What?
Oh,
Ooh,
pop
you
out.
can
Do I?
hide our little namesies there.
Yeah. How do you
Right-
like that?
Right click
Boom.
and yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Fallout website, and by the way, Mr. Leroon is going to be sponsoring a giveaway this evening. This is a big deal. He is going to give away the rule set to one person, and it costs $45 fucking dollars, everybody. So that's a big deal. Someone in the chat will win the rule set tonight. So
Cool.
Pay attention if you want it. This actually looks really cool. So Leroon, I will let you take it away, and you just take over the show and
Okay.
do what you got to do.
So, little history here. I was a big video game fan when the first one came out. I mean, that was what, early 2000s, I believe.
You talking about the video game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of followed the franchise pretty much in the background. I mean, it wasn't my main forte, but when I wanted to do some video gaming, it was definitely one of my top three. But when it was announced that Modifius was picking up the rule set, I thought that was kind of cool. I didn't know, Smiteworks was going to do it, but they eventually did. So I have some resources for you guys, and also some pretty good stories. There's quite a bit of content for you guys. So without further ado, if you look at the screen here, this is the latest release. This is the Vault Pack. And I wanted to share a story with you guys. Well, let me tell you a little story.
Let me tell you a story.
So basically, I went out and I looked at this map pack, and originally it was on the Smiteworks store for like $50 or something like that. It was ridiculous, I thought. And I thought, wow, that's pretty expensive because you're only getting 8 maps. But as you look at this screen here, it's a little bit more than just the maps. You're getting like an adventure kind of to showcase the map pack itself. I mean, you can obviously use the map in any way you like, but the PDF that they sell on the store actually contains more than just a map. There's an encounter, there's tables, I mean, if you look up here, you got images, items, NPCs, the reference manual, parcels, encounter. So it's not just a map pack. So that was my first, initial thought was, wow, $8 for a map, or eight maps for $50. And I was like, Jesus. But then, so instead of whining about it, I actually went to the Modifius website and I picked up the rule set via PDF because I wanted to have it anyway. So I thought, okay, I'll just do it this way because I found discount codes. So if you go online and actually search, you can find 10% off discount codes on most of Modifius's products. So I got basically like a 10% discount by doing that. So the PDF copy is like $20. So with the discount code, I ended up spending like 17 something and some change US dollars. And that wasn't bad. So when I got the email from the confirmation, I got a discount code for Fantasy Grounds. I was like, well, how the hell did
Oh,
they know
really?
that? I was like, how the hell do they know I have Fantasy Grounds? So I'm not sure how that works. But what I assume or what I know is I reached out to Doug and I said, what's going on with that? And he goes, oh, that's something that we worked on in the back, and I'm glad they're honoring that. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't know how the heck they knew I was uh, a user of that. And they're like, well, I don't. Maybe they know from other ways, but I didn't know how they knew. But anyways, they
Unless
knew.
they just put it in everybody's email.
It could be.
They
So
might do
I
that.
just, yeah, that could be. So I got this discount code and it was actually 48% off.
Whoa!
Unfortunately, I'd already bought the rule set on Fantasy Grounds. So, that was one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys. So not only
Can
can you
you
get a
use it for
disc,
the one tonight to give away?
I could actually.
Yeah, there you go.
So if I do it right, I can go through I can get the PDF and I can get the Fantasy Grounds for like 50% off. So that, I already have the PDF and stuff, but if I buy it with my own money and I do it like that, I can probably gift it that way. So
Yeah,
A
I would
do
coupon.
that.
You
Can
can
give
give
listen.
them,
yourself a coupon.
yeah,
A
coupon.
coupon.
So the other thing is Modifius
Coupon.
offers a, if you go to the support tab on their website and you go to the community discounts, basically, if you're in the military, first responder, teacher, student, anything like that, nonprofit, disadvantage. So if you have like food stamps and that kind of thing,
Senior.
yep, exactly. You can get a code from them. They have a verification partner, and once they verify you are who you are, they give you a one-time discount code. So if you are one of those individuals, this mostly applies to U.S., Canada, Australia, Commonwealth type stuff. It
Active
will tell
duty
you
only or veterans as
U.S.,
well?
UK, Canada, Australia. Yeah, veterans. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
military, UK, US, Canada, and Australia. So
Canada.
in some cases, like students is only US, UK, unfortunately, but you got to look at this page. In other words, so this is your 10%. They use Verify Pass. So, anyways, that's a way that you can get a discount as well. But if you look online, do a Google search, there are several discount codes out there for their website. So that
Cool.
is interesting. And so what happened is like I went and bought the map pack and all that stuff, and I got the discount code and I reached out to Doug and I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool. And then this map pack dropped and I was kind of iffy about that. So I went ahead and bought it on the website and I was going to put it into Fantasy Grounds myself. As a matter of fact, I did start doing that and I was able to, I put line of sight on the map and I was kind of researching it ahead of time. And I don't know exactly what exactly happened, but I noticed that there were some people who were a little bit wary about the cost, the price. So I was starting to notice that in the community. So people were like, "Oh, $50 for 8 maps," and I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of crappy," but So I
Does the
didn't buy it.
sales page not explain that it has encounters and all that?
I don't know. I didn't read it, to be honest. I
Okay.
still haven't, but
Let me.
but it does.
I'll look at that real quick
Yeah,
and
yeah.
see.
So I have my discount I put some links in our private chat, you guys. So if you guys want to share those, you're welcome to.
Yeah, I'm working on those
Okay.
for
So
chat.
those are all for, yeah, those are for us, but and for the people watching. But essentially, what ended up happening is Doug saw that disparity in the cost, so he got a hold of Modifius, and he's like, "Hey, we don't typically sell 8 maps for $50. Can we do a little better than that?" And I guess they honored it. So now that map pack is now $20 on the store instead of 50. So
Oh yeah, is
that
it?
was really cool. So I'm pretty
I'm
happy about,
seeing.
even though I already bought.
I think it's this one.
Yeah. So the
Fallout
Vault
Map
map
Pack
pack.
One Vault. Is that it? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, it's
So
only
it's
20
now
bucks
20
now.
bucks, which is really stand up because he actually comped me the Fantasy Grounds version because he knew I was making my own, and he's like, "Yeah." And then I did 2 videos before where I was describing how to do the line of sight on these, and then he reached out to me. He's like, "Look, man, I comped you the map pack, so if you want to show that too." And so I made a part 3, and then
What?
I made a part 3, and then I have the playlist on in our group chat here is for Fallout. So if you guys are interested in looking at the rule set, kind of seeing what it does, we got an interview with Super Teddy. He's the one who created the rule set for Smiteworks, or we know him, Dominic. And then I've done a couple other shows where I'm showing content creation, and I made a custom chat GPT. I called it the Wastelander Wordsmith. So it's essentially just for creating adventures for myself. So if you have a paid version of chat GPT, you can use that. I put that in the chat too. But essentially, the pricing thing was really cool, really stand up. And I want to say that Modifius to me is a decent company. I'm not saying they're the best company in the world, but they definitely step up to, I can tell because, they're willing to do the discount codes, and, they're working with Smiteworks to get the pricing down. And, it's just not very many companies do that anymore. And I think that's one reason why I'm kind of gloating about it, because I think that's a really cool a good look anyways for both.
There's already a decent amount of content on the
Yeah,
store too.
yeah,
Like,
there is. So I use my affiliate code, by the way, guys. So if you see that shared in the chat, that a percentage of that goes to me. So if you guys buy it through that affiliate link, I'd appreciate it. You don't have to, but also in
5%.
this in the vein and the theme of Fallout, there is a Fallout 5 that was announced, but it's not. There's no date, and they're looking like 2030. So I'll be lucky to be alive when that comes out. So Fallout 5 looks like at the end of the 20s here, 2029 or something like that. I don't know.
it could be like just history by then.
Yeah, correct. We might not even have a,
It
a
could be.
future.
It
Who
could.
knows?
They changed the name to the world as we
Like
know it for real. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that could very much be that.
after the government shuts down.
We will be living Fallout in that time. So, also, if you're a big fan of Fallout, or maybe not, you want to check it out. There is a show dropping. I believe it's through Amazon, and through that avenue, but that'll be out this spring in early April. So there's a TV series coming out. So if you guys like
Oh,
that sort of
interesting.
thing, that's coming out too. And let's see. So we went over community discount. So I told you guys about the playlist on YouTube if you guys are interested in the content. A couple fun facts. So Zacchaeus and Doug are also fans of Fallout Rule Set. If you guys watched any of Doug's preview videos, he occasionally will show the new first-person 2D perspective. And when he first started doing that, he was doing it with Fallout. Now he's been using like other newer rule sets, like Transformers and stuff. But he was using the Fallout rule set. And then I already talked
Hydrate.
about custom GPT. And by the way, I think we're going to be talking about the Chat GPT next week or the week after, if I remember right.
Chat GPT's next week.
Yep. So if you guys are interested in that, we'll be talking about that next week. We know that Super Teddy made the rule set for Smiteworks and the other D20 rule sets. So they have Star Trek and Dune. Conan is no longer. They don't have that IP anymore, and no one's developing it. If you own it, you're still going to have it, but if you can't buy it through Fantasy Grounds, as far as I
Oh,
know.
they took off Conan.
Yep.
They keep
Yeah.
taking stuff away, man.
Yeah. It has to do with the contract and all that stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I wasn't aware that the Alien rule set, which I thought was all Free League publishing, is actually physically distributed by Modifius, which makes sense because if you're a smaller, publisher or whatever, you probably don't want to shoulder that burden. So that's probably for cost and logistic reasons. So if you buy the rule set through the Modifius website, I think it has more to do with the physical copies, and so that's because they have distribution in the U.S. and the U.K., so it's probably why to cut down on the cost. And if you guys are in the know or you know about Robert Aducci, he wrote the latest adventure, the one that came out before the map pack. It's called, I think it's called Showdown in Skull Canyon. So Robert Aducci has been an advocate and a user of Fantasy Grounds for quite a while. He's an author. He's worked with Smiteworks. He's been around the block. So um, I
Yep.
definitely went.
He used to be on the social media team with me.
That's right. And he's been doing side projects, and I'm pretty happy to see that
I
he
think it's
wrote
the
the.
second one from the bottom there on
Yep,
your.
yep, Showdown in Skull Canyon. So this is another content that was pretty recent. I like the adventure. Um, so I read through it and I was pretty happy with what I saw. It didn't look like shabby, thrown together content. You can tell he likes the rule set and he knows what he's talking about. Because I've seen other content out there where it's kind of iffy. Like, does this person even know the universe, or But I think he's a pretty good author. He's not bad at all. And matter of fact, he's got experience doing that. He used to write Adventure League adventures, and that's
Oh,
kind of where
big
he
time.
started. Yeah, he was a big Adventures League guy. But
Yep.
yeah, so those are fun facts that that I learned in researching for the show and for myself. And then on top of that, if you're a really big fan, there's a website called perchance.org, and essentially what it is a generator for text. It's just all HTML. It's not heavy or anything. But you click on these buttons here, you can create kind of like a quest generator to kind of give you some prompting ideas for maybe something you want to do. So in Fantasy Ground, so what I would do is take the text, copy and paste it, and put it in my Chat GPT tool that I made, and have it generate content for it. And it's kind of skewed towards the Fallout rule set because I actually added the Fantasy Ground stuff to it too. So when this spits out, it'll kind of tailor it more for Fantasy Grounds and not just adventure. So I kind of gave it that little nudge there in the background. So if you guys have the rule set or the and the Chat GPT, you can use that tool. So these things here, these Fallout terminal things, I mean, they're not that big of a deal. They're just, text. But what I would use them for is screenshots. So you could take a screenshot of this, put the text on there that you want, and share that with your group. So you can have, like when you go to a terminal in the game, you can have some related and themed content for that particular encounter. So
Oh,
these are
cool.
on per chance. So that's, just stuff I found researching the rule set. Uh, there is a loot generator. This is off the Modifius forums. And what this does is it creates random content. So you can have container, like NPCs. I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff. You can use luck points on here. So basically, this generates content. And I think this would be cool for, if you wanted to copy and paste this into Fantasy Grounds or into a generative AI tool, you could do that. So this is Mr. Handy NPC here. And you could probably turn it into a character too, because you can play Mr. Handy type robot in the game. So this would help, give you a little bit more content and stuff to work with. So here's all the content I've generated. This is a Mr. Lucky thing, and you can clear the list. And I did provide the URL for this, but it is in a forum, and I can't say it does or does not have a virus, but it does. It's an HTML thing, and I haven't had any problems with it. So I mean, it's mostly a HTML thing. It's like a folder has the text and it has a HTML front end, so it's not too crazy or anything like that.
Have you played in a game yet, Laron? Like ran one?
I'm working up to one actually.
Right.
Yep. I'm thinking about running one before I play it because I'm
A
kind
one
of that
shot.
way.
I would do a one shot with somebody. Invite me to a
Yeah.
one shot.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely would want to try that out. But so yeah, so there's like 3 adventures out now, and this Once Upon a Time in the Wasteland is a larger adventure, and it comes with pre-gens. So that's a rare
Nice.
thing that you don't get
Yeah,
very
that
often.
is rare
So
for all rule
having these
sets.
pre-gens ready to go makes it a lot quicker to start playing. You don't have to spend an hour working or more on character creation.
Oh, thanks, Dom.
Dom is
So
the man.
yeah. So that's something that that you'll basically like to look at if you're going to get into this. And the other thing is like
Wait, Sven
look.
said he lost sound. Is that true for everybody?
I don't know.
No, I
Keep
can still
talking.
hear the stream sound.
Okay,
Yeah,
he
it's
needs a refresh.
refresh,
Maybe.
Finn.
Yep.
Oh, you can't hear me.
Can you hear him? So anyhow, that is kind of the gist of the type of tools that a GM can use for the rule set. Looking at character creation, so I did a show with Super Teddy. We kind of touched on it, and then I've been kind of playing around with it. It's not a really hard system to make characters for. I'm not 100% proficient, but when you go into the character creation, there is a pretty standard way to do it. It's almost like the character wizard, and you just go in and you pick your origin. So you got 6 to choose from. You pick your special skills, which is you got like 5 points you can assign depending on what level and such you are, and then you have your skills that you pick and level up and add if you got any perks, and then of course you pick your perk and you can complete the character and pick your equipment and stuff. Is really kind of
I
rudimentary. It's
like how
not
it kind
super
of
hard.
looks like the Pip Boy a little bit too,
Yes,
right
yeah,
there.
that's what he did. He actually kind of made it that way. So I think Dom was very serious about the look of it. If you look at the details of the theme, so if you're going to use this adventure, I recommend no theme or just don't select any theme at all because this is the default theme. I think it works well. It's not ugly. It's ugly in the fact that it's rusted, but it's kind of themed for
And
the rule set.
Fallout takes place what, like 70 years in the future or something like that?
Yeah, like
Is it?
after World War One or two, I think World War Two.
I'm taking deep breaths.
Yep.
Wo- wo-
So it's kind of that retro Art Deco futurism thing. So a lot of the stuff is themed for the 50s, and it has a pretty
No, I like
nice
the
aesthetic.
music. The
Yeah, the
music's
music's
kind of
really
cool.
cool. Yeah,
Is it? Did they include any sound? That would be.
I don't think so. I looked into that.
Sirenscape get on the board
I
with it
don't think
yet?
so.
No.
I don't think they did yet. But this would be a good opportunity for anyone that does those sound sets to get a license from them so they can do it. But I think
Oh, Mark
Bethesda, huh?
Musman wants to know a little bit about Fallout in general.
It's a post-apocalyptic.
A pusta pasca puka.
A poop poop.
Yeah, so I mean, it's based on the video game and the franchise, but it is post-apocalyptic, and it is kind of a I would say almost like a cyberpunk, but it has that 50s kind of thing going on.
There's like mutant bugs and mutant
Yeah,
peoples and
Yeah.
stuff,
a-
and
People
you get
live in like
radiated. Like the
underground
water can like
bunkers
hit your
and
Geiger counter off.
yeah,
what was
it's
that
very
show with
much that.
Brendan Fraser, where he lived
The
in that
whale.
fallout shelter? What's that?
The whale.
No, he lived in a
Oh
fallout
whale.
shelter with what's her face, Brittany Murphy or
Oh,
not Brittany Murphy, but
no, it wasn't Brittany Murphy. It was
The caveman run?
no, he's
No.
in the fallout shelter. It was like
Encino Man?
no.
It's
It's,
called
yeah,
like
that's what I was
it's called like Throwback
That's
or
how
something
he
like
was
that.
like
Yeah,
18.
yeah. Rob's got the right idea. It's anyway. So if you watch that, that kind of touches on kind of the mentality that was going on. So you guys remember the red communist thing and all that stuff. So it kind of touches on that. They don't get too deep into that because that could be construed as negative, but it's kind of based off of that. So if we actually went to war and everyone went down to their bunkers in the 50s or whenever that was, that was essentially kind of that the beginning of the nuclear age, I guess. So kind of
Blast
has
from
that
the
feel
Past
to
is the
it.
name of that movie.
Yes, Blast from the Past.
Everyone
Yeah. So
says.
that kind of movie gave me inspiration on not so much the game, but just the feel. Like kind of what the individuals were looking at. And there's other movies that are like that kind of give you that vibe. I can't give you any specific examples, but also I kind of think of like a blend of Road Warrior, essentially just the environment, not so much the plot, but just the burned out wasteland kind of thing and the decay that's gone on. So kind of has that
Yeah.
vibe too. But that's basically the Fallout. It's just your kind of sci-fi modern slash a little bit of monsters and fantasy
Yeah,
mixed
the
in.
video game though is quite a extensive map if I remember. Like you could travel pretty far across
Oh
the
yeah. Speaking of maps,
different factions and
so if you are using Fantasy Grounds and you like to use this maps, um, you could make your own if you wanted to.
It's loading.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
massive.
Wow. Oh, this is the map that I added. That's why it took so long.
oh,
But
you made it all one big one.
yeah, so I did this. But what you could do on a map like this, or any map, or even a regional map, is you can use the effect, and you can use the green screen thing on it. So if you want that Pip-Boy look,
Oh yeah, the green screen now is like useful.
yeah. So you could
You
use
can
that.
blur out an
Yeah.
image and use the green screen.
Yeah, it's called, what is that called?
Chroma key.
Night
Sepia.
vision. Night vision. So you
Oh
could do
no,
that.
night vision. Yeah.
Ooh.
So you could do that, and imagine if you had an area map that just had like the locations and stuff. So it'd be kind of similar to the Pip-Boy when you're looking at your map. So you could,
My Musfin wants the solo rules already.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna
you
say,
do.
do you know if there's like any sort of built-in way to play solo, or
I
they
don't
they
think
probably
so.
haven't done that yet? Yeah.
No. If you use that Wasteland or wordsmith thing, I'm sure you can come up with something. But I don't know how easy it would be other than just playing with NPCs and your own character. I guess you could do something like that. But I don't
Well, we know.
see anyone writing or another thing is the licensing. Like if you're gonna do something like this, especially on Fantasy Grounds, it'll probably have to be free. And I don't know if it's allowed on the Forge yet. So I'd have to look into that. But you're not gonna get paid for it and it's gonna be just a free endeavor. But I'm working on a Nuka Cola world um setting kind of thing because it's based off the DLC from Fallout 4. And if you're a big fan of Fallout, they just released an add-on pack for their Wasteland Warfare miniatures. So if you're really big and a big nerd into it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But essentially, the Wasteland Warfare is their mini series. But I take the content from those and also add those into my wordsmith thing for Fallout because I want a Wasteland wordsmith. So I use that for context for like building factions and armies and such. And I know they're working on the Winter of Adam, so that should be out in the next couple months or so. I don't know how far along they are, but I know it's in work. That's all I know. And that's a big thing. That's over 100 pages of content. So that's a big adventure. I think it's even more than that. I think it's like 300 pages. It's really big. So I don't remember. I do have the PDF. I'd have to look at it, but essentially that adventure is a big one. That's like the Wasteland Warfare one. That's pretty big too. The other ones are like eight or $9 or whatever. Those aren't bad. They're just shorter adventures. I would use the if you're going to use this, I would look at just getting the core rulebook initially, maybe one of the map packs later, and then play the included or go through and read the included adventures. So there's an adventure that comes with this. It's called With a Bang or a Whimper, and it was adapted for the core rule set. I don't think this is a separate thing. I think this comes with the core rule set. So I would use that initially, and then creating characters, like I said, isn't that bad. And if you actually follow the instructions, like the reference manual actually has a way to, to get it. It explains everything, but it also shows you kind of the way to build your characters and such. So that's a really helpful.
Special attribution. I like how he did that.
Yeah. Yep. So you are certainly in for a treat if you're going to go towards Fallout. I think it's a pretty good rule set. It's decent. I mean, if I had to give it a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it at least a 7, 7.5. So I don't think I don't feel cheated getting the content. In other words, so I'm not saying you need my seal of approval, but if you had my vote, I would say yes, thumbs up. So yeah, so that's what the content that I had come up with for you guys as far as resources, what it looks like, the content that
Nice.
you get from Modifius, and that sort of stuff. So, but this
Excellent.
was
It's cool.
the loot generator, and it basically is just HTML. So that thing I found is just some scripts, which is probably the dangerous part if there is any, and then you have images that go with it. It's just
Was there any unique? I mean, Let's look at the art. Let's look at
sure,
monsters. Some
sure. So
monsters.
yeah, so I'm gonna share with you my Fallout PDF collection here. That's probably a better way to do it, or you can do it in Fantasy Grounds too. So let's take a look. So let's go to images,
Images.
and then let's just look at the core one. So you got like those type of
Oh,
images, which are
snap.
just items. But
Don't get
then
shot with that.
you have stuff like that.
Violence.
And here's the awesome magazine cover. The Black Widow Lady Killer. I always like that one.
I like the X's on their eyes when they're dead.
So some of these kind of look like the video game. If you
Mm-hmm.
guys, if you've seen that before.
Did they do a lot of the WebP
Yes.
for
Yes,
the
that's what that is.
yeah.
Yep. So that
I like
if you're
how
gonna,
they're so crisp and clean they look now.
yeah, they do. They don't have as much of those artifacts on the edge. Like there's a little bit.
Our
Like
Muskman
right
is
here.
asking, I see that there's a Fallout RPG Game Master's Toolkit on Fantasy
Uh-huh.
Grounds. Would you need that to start or just the rule set?
No, that's just optional stuff. Let me bring that up. Let's see what you're getting here. So this goes over game master options. It gets deeper into the rule set, but yeah, definitely I would pick it up after you get familiar with it. But you got travel and terrain, navigation stuff, creating scavenging locations. There's some random encounters, builder like things or types, and there is a map, which I think is the best part of the.
Whoa.
Nice.
Take a look.
Is that thing pinned? No.
No.
No, that's graphics.
I was gonna say somebody pinned all those encounters or
Oh,
something.
I would
I was
definitely
like,
do that
whoa.
though. You could do that. So
Oh,
if you were going to use this
I
in
would
your
have to
campaign,
do it. That's the way
yeah,
I run games.
exactly.
I got to run through maps.
So to answer your
but-
question, yes and no. I think depends on where you're going to be playing. This is for Boston. So if you're playing in
Boston?
Boston, in the Commonwealth, and this would be a way to go. Yeah, I like it. So that's a pretty nice map, to be honest with you. And it's adapted already for Fantasy Grounds. So I was going to do this myself, but now that we're looking into this content, it looks like we'll have to. The other thing that hasn't, there's a couple other things that haven't been released yet. I'm wondering if they will, or perhaps I might even depend on how well the rule set does. But there is a shelter expansion pack that's like the DM's toolkit or GM's toolkit, and that one deals with shelters and upkeep and crafting and all that stuff. And one of the things I
Like the
like,
vaults?
yeah,
Yeah, you
and
gotta like feed everybody and
yeah,
do all that jazz.
yeah, you make your settlement. It's like
Oh,
a
but yeah,
video
there's
game.
like a mobile game made by the Fallout like game company
Yeah,
where you manage like a vault or shelter or whatever you want to call that.
yeah. So I guess it would kind of be like that, but doing it through Fantasy Grounds is probably a different experience.
Yeah,
But
yeah, of course.
but at least you have some mechanics and some content to do that with. So if you're going to do crafting and upgrading your settlements and that kind of thing, you can kind of do that through the rule set, which is cool. Uh, Speaking of Fantasy Grounds version, if you use the party sheet and you come over to scavenge tab, this thing is really neat. So this rolls on some tables and it has dice rolls and such for loot. So if you come across a combat encounter and there are leftover things to scavenge, this sheet here will allow you to resolve that, whether it's contested or not for skill checks, and it will do random drops. So it'll create a parcel for you depending on what your encounter was. So all the NPCs or most of them have that built into them, and they're not very complex. So let's look at the assault, and from the Assaultron, it kind of has a real basic thing. You got your stats, you got your weapons, special abilities, but then there's a loot button up here. So when you click on that, it will basically give you the type of loot that it might drop.
You sell, huh?
And then
Cool.
you can add the loot to the party sheet or inventory or add a skill test. So this goes on the salvage,
Whoa,
and so that's kind of a cool thing. I like
That's
that
that.
is cool.
cool.
Yeah. So this is and then you get the description too of the Assaultron. So I like that functionality, the loot button. I kind of wish more rule sets had that built in
Yeah,
Well, that
instead
really
of
follows the game too, right? Because
exactly.
you're always looting you looting
Yeah,
stuff.
the game
that's
is
like our
I mean, a third
NPC
of
loot
it's
generator,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's built in the rule set.
But I made a lot of cool art for this for the Nuka Cola campaign that I'm kind of writing for this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Probably run it, but I mean the art turned out really nice. But I got a lot of shit for it too because it's AI, the
Mm-hmm.
outrage from all the
Oh,
AI
the
that I
humanity.
use. Oh my god, I don't care about that. Anyway, so this is a really decent way to use Fantasy Grounds. I think is it's a good rule set. This would work well around the table too. I think if you're gonna play this like camping or something, and you wanted to print out the character sheets ahead of time and just use Fantasy Grounds as your
Camping?
yeah.
Like
Take
around
a
the
couple
bonfire?
batteries. Yeah, kick a couple batteries with you. Take your laptop. You don't need the internet, and you can just use this for your library and go for it. You know.
Hmm.
Camping. That sounds like army shit.
Yeah, I did it. I don't care to do it again. But
But I'm just saying, or you
unless there's a
maybe you're
cabin, there
yeah,
could be a cabin.
exactly. Or maybe you're on the road and you don't
Yeah.
have
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wi-Fi that's not very reliable, so you could use this as your library and as a way to play. Because this would have all your books and your maps, and then you could just pre-print your character sheets out. You can build them elsewhere. They got a free PDF character sheet that you can put together. So I like the rules. It's decent.
I mean,
That seems really cool.
I really like the theme that
I
they
do
put
too.
Yeah, it
together
looks
too.
nice.
I'm gonna take these out of the way. Let's admire that theme here. So I really like it too, and that's one of the reasons I was drawn to it. I was really thinking that when I first saw this, I really thought there'd be a fan spinning over here, an animated fan or something like that. But it looks really good. I think whoever helped Dominic build this, probably Josh or someone like that, did a really good job. I
Can
like the
Fantasy
colors.
Grounds do when you make an image your background? Does it do animated ones?
I think it does.
So you
There
could put a
was a
fan
time
back
it
there.
didn't, but yeah, you could actually. You could make your own little animated thing and put it on your desktop.
Just make your desktop your image and have it be like have
Yeah,
a little
the only
fan in
thing
the
about
corner or
doing
whatever.
that is your overhead. Like
Yeah,
if you have a ton of crap loaded and
right.
you're doing that,
You're gonna
that
be
could be a
sucking
problem.
memory the whole time.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind. But I still think it would be a nice aesthetic. Like, if I was going to run something like this at a convention, I'd definitely do something cool like that.
What
But
you
I'd
do is
also
you
check,
you have it there for your intro when you
Mhm,
gather your players and everything, and then when you start playing, you just switch the
turn it off.
background out. Yeah, turn it off.
Yeah, that makes sense. And another thing I would do probably if I was really trying to showcases it is make sure that the players have the adequate equipment and that they can connect to the table.
Do they have any
Because that's,
vehicles?
I don't think so. Let me
Like,
check.
I remember you could get like a suit of armor.
Yeah.
Didn't you get ATVs in
Yeah, but
all the
I don't
games?
think they really, let me check.
I don't remember too many like
So
My husband's played it, but
cars.
I'm not very
power
familiar with
armor.
the game.
There's power armor, but I don't see a whole lot of vehicles. To be honest, there isn't in the rule set. You don't drive around very much.
Yeah, I don't remember any cars in the rule set. That's what I'm saying. There's
They're all
power
blown out.
armor, and I think
I
that's
mean,
it. Just
occasionally
power
there's like a
armor.
weird subway or something that might be partially working, but for the most part, most of that stuff is nuked. If you got the EMP pulse that comes from electromagnetic pulse that comes
Yeah.
from a nuclear blast, that a lot of that stuff is gone. So, yep. So no real cars or vehicles, I don't think, but there's a lot of burned out ones. You can use them for cover. That's about the best thing you got out
Yeah. You
there.
can search them like open the
Yeah.
trunk, like
Yeah.
pry.
Exactly. You could search them and get scrap for it. I think that's one of the best probably use cases for something like that is use it for cover, and then once it's
What
scrapped out, you grab some
is
steel.
the little man icon down there? Does that show your wounds, like where you've
Yeah,
been wounded?
you
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
a
So
hit location. You can select that, and I believe when you roll,
What?
it'll
That's
do
yeah.
that.
There's
cool. I like
head,
that.
arms, torso, and legs. I
Yep,
think
and you can do more than one location, so it's cool.
Spencer
It
and
oh,
I
has
that's
have
its own
where you're
custom die.
targeting. That's where you want to target to hit. I
Right.
see.
Spencer
Yep.
and I have played the Fallout board game a few times, which has many of these elements.
That's cool.
So
Oh, and
there
that's
is
the
a
dice
dice tower.
tower. Look how nice the little dice tower is.
He goes
Look,
from
he puts his thumb up.
The
Yeah, he's
Pit
got
Boy?
thumbs up and a
Yeah, the
prayer, because it's like a luck roll there.
I pray that I get a 10. Oh, I did.
Yay! Rob called it. You use a lot of modifiers, so this rule set doesn't have a ton of automation. Some of it's manual, so you're not going to have, like you get with 5e, but there are a few. Like once you learn what they are, you would put them in the combat tracker. Kind of like if you guys use Rob's conditions and effects, you could do something like that for yourself. So you could come into the effects area and you could build all those in the custom area. There's not very many of them, but there are, like, these are the main conditions, but there's a few. If you look at the actual Fantasy Grounds Atlassian for the rule set, I'll do that now. You actually look at the Atlassian. It has instructions on how to use the rule set and how to make characters, and it's not that bad. I mean, so if you ever use the Atlassian guide, you go to the Fantasy Grounds Unity user manual. You click on that, and then when you look down, you scroll down to available rule sets. That's how you can find any of the supported rule sets that they have documented. There's a few that aren't documented yet, but I'm sure they'll
it's
come eventually.
and it's Derek that's been maintaining that, right?
Yes, yeah. I talk to him all the time. He and I are always coming up with ideas to improve it or add to it or whatever.
Adapted from the 438-page hardbound rulebook. Holy
Yeah,
God.
Woo.
it's a monster for sure,
do
and that's why it's $50.
you want to buy the hardback cover? I'll get my brother's truck. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's big.
So there is some things about area of effect. There's some basic action,
Hey, Bill, what's up?
and then you get into, let's see, there is a thing I read on here where there is some effects that are kind of, let's see.
So
So
it's
there is a,
Fallout 3. Does that mean anything? I mean, I know there's Fallout 4. You talked about Fallout 5.
yep.
Is Fallout 3 the current
No.
RPG or
No.
like what's
The Fallout 76 or whatever is the current, but it takes place before. So it's kind of like right after or soon after the Fallout event,
okay? And are
Which
is Dom doing that or what's going on?
I don't think that is going to be turned into the rule
They're just
set. They
doing
might,
2D20 like
yeah, yep,
they shouldn't have said Fallout 3 because that for people that don't like I don't really know I don't follow Fallout that much but
yeah,
I like it that's confusing to me like is there a 2 is there a 1 do I need to am I
yeah.
behind what
There
do I
is,
need
but they're also the video games
yeah
essentially. But timeline wise, the new MMO kind of or newer MMO is
Timey
before.
wimey, Bing calls it.
it's
Yeah,
timey
that
wimey
sounds
that's
about
Yeah,
funny
right. Yeah.
a weird
but
timeline,
the title of
retcon,
the
blah
module
blah.
they
Yeah,
should have
even
just
the
called it
video games are weird. Like, wait, this is the 50s, but I'm in the future? What the hell?
Yeah,
they
it
should
is
have just
weird.
called it Fallout straight out with no 3 they should have just left that off
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know
like it
why they put that on the cover. That is weird. I don't know if that was supposed to be a
Maybe
3
a
or not.
licensing thing, like the company that owns the Fallout IP
The,
wants to brand it that
That's
way.
Bethesda.
I played like I just killed everybody like one
Uh-huh.
time. It was so fun. I blew up the city. I did. It
Nice.
was so fun. Just so fun, just like murder. And my favorite weapon was the bat.
Oh yeah, you go around kicking ass with the bat. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just.
There was a guy that did that with he did it with Fallout, but he also did it with Skyrim because it's basically the same game. If you guys play Skyrim and Fallout 4, they're really similar. But
Yeah,
you go
the
around and
video game.
punched everyone. Like his whole thing was punching the whole game. Like he had a super buff like way to punch people, and that's what he did through the whole game. He went through the main not the add-on so much, but the main vanilla game. He went
the
through it
The
and
game
punched
had a
everybody.
lot of stuff to do with like eating and like making sure you maintain like food and stuff. Does the
Hmm.
rule set reflect that too?
Yeah, kind of. Like it. I don't know how it would adapt in the game itself, but there is. Um, you would probably have to facilitate that yourself, kind of like what you do with Fantasy Grounds already. So you know how a lot of times the crafting and the maintaining of materials and that sort of thing is probably not well defined or automated. So you probably have to enforce that yourself as the game master. I mean, I'm sure there's a mechanic for it. Let's see. It's probably under like a survival type thing, or perhaps even just the character sheet might mention it. But I don't think it's the main focus on the role playing game. I think that sort of thing would probably kind of be up to you and your group to enforce that. But yes, you're right. The video game did focus on survival and scavenging and that sort of thing. So that is a part of the game. I just think you have to kind of incorporate. I mean, they gave you the scavenge button to get the stuff easier, but
Oh,
as
let's see
far as
the character sheet.
sure. So on the inventory tab, you just have your total weight. Yeah, you have hunger, thirst, and
Oh,
rest.
cool.
And then you have your currency, total carried weight, max encumbrance is 200. And then that's probably defined by your by the special thing that you have here. And let me go up to bring back that toolkit, and let's bring in one of the pre-gens. What was that? Was that in there? I thought that
It's
was in
in
the
the.
Game
It's
Master
in the
toolkit.
main one.
Yeah, it maybe was.
Hey, Layroon, could I ask you a favor?
Sure.
Could you maybe scale UI to like 110? Unless you're already there. Just make it a smidge bigger. I'm a little visually impaired, that's all. Some of the text is kind of tiny.
it's tiny that's what my prom date said
Oh, much better. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yep.
I know it kind of jacks up your window
That's all right.
positioning. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm not too worried about it. It's not like we're streaming a game, right? So
Yeah. Thank you for doing that.
no big. So
My
the
windows have to be in a certain spot. They have to
yeah,
be.
I
yeah
agree.
oh yeah I got a meltdown if my windows aren't exactly where they need to be
So where did those
I did a
pre-gens
video
go?
on it Here's where you put your windows.
They were in the characters, weren't they? Click on the character.
There was a pre-gen thing here though.
Oh, there
There
they
it
are.
is. Well, that's Once Upon a Wasteland. That's what it is. Okay, so if you haven't used Fantasy Grounds, you have your character selection area, and then over here on the right are the pre-gens. So we're going to add these by clicking on this little green plus button over here, and that adds them to the pool of characters you can
Oh,
choose from.
Mikey, Tommy, Bobby, and
Robbie,
Yes.
Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
Old Tall Man. You got Marvin.
Marvin. I want to be Marvin.
Bailey. I like that.
Robin and I are ready to roll up characters. Let's
Yeah.
play it.
Yeah. Well, we could do that.
I'm ready to
sometime
blow it
soon.
up.
Okay, so this is the pre-gen. I don't know what's so pre-gen about it, but it looks like you can customize it. So this is Bailey Big Smiles there. What's the complete look like? Yeah, they are kind of done. So you have your notes here for the background.
Whoa. Look at all that.
Nice.
You have your inventories, and you do have to equip it. So if you're going to use this rule set and you want this stuff to work, you have to equip it, like the melee and the armor. And it does have a setup where you define like where the locations are where your armor sits.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
So it does have to do with that, and that's why that location.
And your armor's gonna take damage, just like it's gonna
Mhm.
take wound, and you take wound, just like
Exactly.
the game.
And there's a first aid button, so if you have a kit, you can use your first aid. So it's kind of cool.
Pipe wrench. I'm gonna
Yep.
hit you with my pipe wrench.
The
Or
only
if you're
thing-
playing Marvin, you can have this coded.
My only gripe, I guess, is the art for the players. So I'd make my own, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's okay. It's not the worst, but I'm not really up on this. This probably comes from the
Yeah,
rule
it's
set.
the IP art from
Yeah,
their thing.
but I'm
yeah.
not really big on that. I think they could have done something different, but that's just me. But yeah, they have to take the people who adapt these have to take the art they're given. They can't just
Right, you
make
can't
stuff
mess
up.
with it. You can't.
It kind of
Yeah.
looks like a board game art, kind of,
It
right?
does.
A little bit, like
Kind of like the watercolor type paint job.
yeah.
But
I
it's
don't
okay.
mind it. It's not too bad.
It's not horrible. It's just, but now see, you don't have the full body pose here too. So if you're going to use this, you might have to make up your own. But it's not bad. I like it. So you put that guy in the combat tracker, and let's see what this pipe looks like. So there's ranged combat, and it says physical, and I guess that's a die roll that I clicked too many times. Yeah, there's attack location, left leg, right arm. So that was random, which I kind of liked. And then that's your damage roll. I like they have their own custom die. So if you look at the six-sided, it has the little Vault Boy image here. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, so it's a neat rule set. I think it deserves a little bit of attention. I mean, it's not your top dog, but I think it has potential. And there's a lot of people out there that really love Fallout, but they're not necessarily playing the role-playing game. I'm surprised it's not a little bit more successful, although it is doing okay, I guess, from what I heard. But it could probably do a little better. And that's one of my other missions, is to kind of just show some other rule sets other than just D&D all the time. I like D&D; it's my favorite, but I do like the occasional break, and especially when you're writing and building content, it gets kind of old after a while.
And this is like, if let's say you're running like a 5e campaign, you can pick this up and start running it on the side and not get rules confused and like
Right.
4e and 5e. I was like, I don't
Correct.
want to run no 4e.
It's completely different. So
Or even Pathfinder, it can be a little confusing with D&D a little bit, right?
Yes.
You
yes,
kind of trip
there's
over.
a little bit of crossover there for sure.
But like Savage World, not even close, right?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can just totally Savage World's not even close. So
Savage Worlds has no rules.
Yeah.
I just love
You
the
just roll
exploding
dice.
dice. I think all rule shits that have
Yeah.
exploding dice.
Yep.
it's-
And I think
Sven
that loot
says
button is
Starfinder's
a
the
thing.
best.
My request, Smiteworks, if you're listening, please put a loot button on almost every rule set. Please.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's people who have made extensions for that and such, so that would kind of cut into their business. But I like the idea of having that loot button because that's pretty cool. It's like your
It,
exit
P.S.
button.
I
Yeah, I
guarantee they're
really
not
like that.
listening.
yeah, the one for 5E's is pretty good, but if 5E it could get too much crap. You know, you get too much little piddly
Yes.
stuff that doesn't really mean anything. But in like Fallout, it means stuff. You got to
Yes.
trade it, you got to sell it. But 5E, you just go stab things and take their gold. You don't need all these trinkets.
Right. Exactly. And it just becomes like a left-handed mushroom softener at that point. You know, it's
Mushroom
pretty
sauce.
useless.
um,
That's
I
what
can
it
see
is.
that one guy that
Yeah.
lost his right arm in the war, and
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, so that's another thing is I like that you can play the robot and you can play mutants too. So you're not just playing humans or whatever. You got a couple different things, and I believe I don't remember if the dog is part of this dog meat. Um, he's a pretty cool NPC. If you ever played the video games, he's kind of like a companion in your early career, like a German Shepherd. So I kind of like that boy and his dog type mentality there. It could
So
be a girl and their dog.
we got a link here for. Let me find it.
Yep.
Yep. We got a link here for what am I trying to say? Bane gave us the link.
Okay.
For what am I trying to say? The animated yawning portal thing that we were talking about. How come I can't find my own damn?
So are we gonna do a prize
right
giveaway?
Yes, we are. Oh, he said he put it in the Patreon thing.
This is like $50.
Yeah.
40. That's a lot of hamburgers on Tuesday.
Yeah, it is.
Bane, am I misunderstanding? You said you put it in the Patreon page. I thought you meant Discord. I don't know. I don't see it here. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, let's do the giveaway. The giveaway is for the sponsored Fallout rule set.
Discord general chat.
Oh, general chat. Okay. He
Yeah,
said
it's in general.
Yep.
Okay, let me go find it then.
There it is. Discord general chat. You know, Bane's kind of handy to have around, you know, especially if you want pizza.
He's good.
Because he's working on
So
a
here's
pizza
the link,
bun,
everybody.
Fantasy Grounds.
There's the link for the yawning portal. Link. It's a. I'm assuming that's
dynamic dungeons. Oh, they're so cool.
Anyway, all right, let's go give away this rule set. You're gonna type in
Fallout?
the chat. Yeah, you're gonna type in the chat Fallout if you want to exclamation point Fallout if you want to try to get in the drawing.
Fallout.
And we'll do it for a minute. And everybody that enters, I'll pick a name, and that person will be gifted the rule set through the Fantasy Grounds store by
Friday.
By Friday. I'll gladly pay you on Tuesday for a hamburger that you give me on Friday. How's it go?
Yeah, something like that.
Some kind of Popeye thing.
It's 1931 though. I was like, what? Or two or whatever that was.
Wimpy first made his appearance.
Yeah, 1933 maybe. Yeah.
30 seconds.
Can I give Diablo Bob inspiration? That's funny.
Huh. No,
Diablo Bob is not here. Is he even here?
Oh my god.
I don't think he is here.
Hold the press.
Whoa, there's so many people in the chat and only 11 people entering. Interesting.
Wow. Well, some people may not be interested. I mean, I get it. I wasn't initially until I started looking into it, and I thought it was a pretty decent rule set. And like I said, if you don't win, you can always pick it up on Fantasy Grounds. I did provide a link for my affiliate thing.
That's true, Bell. Some people already have it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
How come it looked like you said, some of us have it already?
Yeah.
Right? It's how she said it.
Yep.
Now, before I pick a winner, let me tell you an hour-long story. I'm just kidding. The winner is Simbarchi.
Yay!
What? You got to run it.
Yay! Simbarchi cleaned it up lately.
Simbarchi won last week, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Hey, pay to play.
Nice.
Right? Play to win.
Just goes to show you, everybody, you can win 2 times in a row.
Isn't it? It's probably really
under.
Fallout Down Under.
You know how much money it saved him by winning it? Holy crap! How?
Oh, because of Australia? Yeah. Holy God.
You convert to.
Hey, Simbarchi, how much money? go to the Fantasy Ground store and tell us how much does that cost in Australian dollars or whatever. Let us know.
Just
Tell
pull
us what
over
Steam
first.
does.
Don't
You gotta
don't
Oh
let
be
yeah.
driving
Are
while
you
you're
driving?
doing
Oh Jesus! Don't fucking do it if you're
Yeah,
driving.
never mind.
He's a truck driver, everybody.
Oh yeah, no thanks.
Our exchange rate is bad, he said.
Yeah, that's all we
So
need to know.
you know what to do, Simbarchi. You know what to do. You gotta just send me your well, if you're in direct contact with Leroy, you can send it to him. But if not,
Yep.
send me your Fantasy Grounds forum name, right? And then I'll get that to him, and he'll get you that rule set by Friday. Bane, I don't
Yep.
know. Oh no, he didn't try. That's not. He's doing upwards carrots. Um, that's true, Mosk and Foz. Everybody did win last week, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Simbarchi was a winner of the insanity package. I think
Nice.
because I remember drawing his
No.
name.
I think Simbarchi won the Panovo PDF.
Oh, okay, maybe that was it. But he did win last week because it says right here he won last week. He
If you
won
guys
something.
I
weren't
don't remember.
around,
I don't know what
Rob,
it
do you
is.
want to tell us again what's going on with the DMs Guild crap? Because that's still coming up. There's people that weren't around.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah. So here's the thing. Back in 2018, or whenever it was, the DMs Guild came to us because of the mishap with the Foundry VTT community, using intellectual property from Wizards of the Coast and calling that extensions. The word extension got became persona non
Bad
grata.
press.
It became persona non grata with the lawyers at WotC. Now, keep in mind, they're lawyers. They're not players, right? They don't know what the hell's going on. They're just freaking Hasbro lawyers. So they freaked out, and DM's Guild said, okay, nothing with an extension. Everything must go. And those of us that made those, especially me, said, you're going to piss off like 10,000 people. I mean, I have a lot of customers. And they'll go, okay. So what they did was they agreed that they would be moved to the Forge, which was a newly created in July of 18. Doug and John and everybody finally got the Fantasy Grounds Forge up and running. They had meant to do it. They were waiting, and this kind of pushed the edge of getting it done. So then, about, I think, somewhere in the some number of mid-20s of things, of extensions, had to be moved from the DM's Guild over to the Forge. They could not be sold on the DM's Guild anymore. And then they had to be moved over to the Forge. So we did that because we were forced to do it. And then everybody was like, well, I've already bought it on the DM's Guild. Do I get it free? Blah, blah, blah. And everybody fucking shit their pants. And we were like, no, there's no way to do that. So some people just repurchased them because they have the convenience of getting the automatic updates on the Forge. But some people didn't repurchase because we will still update the one on the DM's Guild. And even though it might not be for sale anymore there, the files will be updated. So if you purchased on the DM's Guild, you did not have to rebuy it on a Forge, but you could if you wanted to, for many reasons. A, convenience. B, you love us and you want to support us more. B, you want to throw money at me so I can drink water. And because water comes in bottles now, it doesn't come out of a faucet. Anyway, I don't know, I made that up. I don't know why I said that. It was probably supposed to be a joke, but it wasn't. It was stupid. If we could all have the last 10 seconds back, that would be great. Okay. So
Wah, wah,
now,
wah.
sad trombone doesn't need to go there, Drake. Thank you. Now what we need is the explanation for what happened again, like last week. So I begged the DM's Guild for 5 years, over and over and over. Like literally every 6 or 8 months, I would send them an email. Can we just move I'm sorry. So what they did was they targeted some extensions to move, but they didn't target other things. So we were like, what? Just, it's all or nothing. And they were like, no, not these, but these. And they gave us a specific list. So I kept asking them for 5 years, every 6 or 8 months, an email. Can I move the rest? Can I move the rest? No, you can't. No, you can't. And they never said stop asking us, but they would say things like not at this time, or we are not prepared to grant you a yes on that today. And they were very vague about, they always said no, but it was never a hard no, right? So I just kept asking and asking. And then Roll20 purchased DM's Guild. And what's funny about that is no people, it's all the same people. They just have different titles now.
$69.
And they get
in
paid by a
Australian
different
money.
company now.
Yeah, their checks are different. But it's all the same. It's the same guy I've been dealing with, right? So finally one day I just asked again. I said, hey, it's been a while since I've asked this. what's the status on, can we just move the rest of these? And he goes, let me work on that. And I'm like, ooh, I've never heard that one before. And then a couple days later, sure enough, he emailed me and said, okay, yes. But they're only doing it for me. They're not doing it for everybody. Actually, he said, he didn't come out and say it, but I shouldn't really be making this public, but it is public because if you see the things move and you can purchase that at the new, how is that not public? It's everybody knows. So what am I trying to say? So then I have recently moved a lot more, like 35 more, to get the rest of them over. So now all the extensions are on the Forge and the coding packages, and they will. And DM's Guild has agreed to not freak out, and because for those of you that don't know, when you put something on the DM's Guild, that's it. You can only put it there. You can't put it anywhere else, and you're not allowed to sell it anywhere else, and so forth. So they said we will allow you to do this, and I think
Show that screen a little bigger, Rob. You're kind of.
Which screen? Oh, that's Leroon's desktop. That's Leroon's desktop. He's over there.
Leroon's
Yeah,
shopping.
he's shopping. So so they're all over there now. Now the day we did that, I only did this for the day we did it, which I think was the 18th. I put them all on sale for 50% off, so people could go run and grab them for cheap if they. This was anybody could have got it for half off, but it was especially for the people that wanted to rebuy them, and they already paid for them on DM's Go, but they wanted to rebuy them on the Forge. Now, the next part about that 50% off sale is that the way the Forge works is when you put something on sale, you can't put that thing on sale again for 8 weeks. It's really dumb. So in mid-April, probably about April 20th, 420, what's up? I will put them on sale again. So if there are some of them that are more expensive that you want to get for cheaper, you can wait till April 20th. But
There you go.
I mean, or you can pay for them full price today and be able to use them for the next 2 months. I mean, and not just 2 months, but I mean, what I'm saying, like when you wait for something, like just anything, like say you want a pair of shoes, when you wait to buy them for when they go on sale, you're not wearing those shoes until you get them.
It's true.
You're not
And
using
for
the
those
shoes
of
for 2
you
months.
that are a little more like penny pinching minded like me, you don't even have to rebuy them. They'll still get their updates on Drive
Exactly.
DM's Guild.
The only reason you're rebuying, well, there's a couple reasons. Like I said before, you love me and you want to give me money. But if you are not able to do that, now is Sven telling me to take deep breaths because I'm talking too fast, or is it just telling me? So if you're not able to do that, then just keep in mind that yes, if you own them on the DM's Guild, those files will continue to be updated. However, you have to manually go update those, right? You have to search to see. You have to go to your little library. Now I'm going to take over here just for a second on my screen because this has been in my Discord for years and years, but people might not know it. But in my Discord there is oh, I'll find it. Don't worry.
You can do this.
Product updates. So product updates. And what this tells you to do is there's a message in here from May of 2020. And product updates is the whole thing is only like 3 messages or 4 messages. So go to the product updates thing. And it says, here's how you can tell what's been updated lately. You click on this link. And then you sort by updated. And let me bring that over so you guys can see it.
I'm doing mine right now. See what's there.
Yeah, I need to go through mine as well.
You click on updated and make sure it's going down, right? So like the last thing that was updated was the unknown whom module, which had some changes in it. And so that was updated on Thursday. And then and then what you do is, I try to tell, nobody does it. Drake does. Drake's the only person I know that does this. What you want to do as a DM's Guild user, if you're using stuff that gets updated a lot, is just do this once a week. Go here, click on that link, bookmark that link, go here, sort by the last thing, make sure this arrow over here on the stream right is pointing down. So you got the most recent date here, and just do this every week. Do it Mondays at noon, or do it right before your game session or whatever.
So I bought some stuff on the Forge. Now I'm on the DM's Guild, and I'm like,
and you're still updating.
I don't want to update that one.
Don't update that. I already have that. I bought it on the Forge. So if you bought it on the Forge, you don't have to do this. But look, the spellbook generator was updated at the beginning of February, and so was the Siren Safe Scout.
So I think I'll just archive them. Yeah.
Whatever. Don't confuse people.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
however you manage your DM's Guild stuffs.
But this is a good way to know what's been updated, and then you'll have, the magic shops and random rarity item tables was updated this February 2nd. So there's been 4 things updated on the DM's Guild in February. So they will continue to be updated. Ooh, Hammer, I don't recommend that mass update tool. That'll fuck you up. I've heard so many stories, and I myself have been fucked by that thing. The modules and extent.
I quit using it a long time ago.
I don't even. I uninstalled that son of a bitch on my computer. Fuck that.
I don't use it either.
Yeah. Plus, I don't want 10,000 PDFs on my. I have a lot of. You can imagine.
The other thing is the adventures aren't going to be moving; those are staying on the DM's Guild.
Right. This is just extensions and some modules, but only Rob 2e stuff. Like none of the adventures, none of the class packs. No maps, no nothing. Just oh crap! There goes my earbud down to the floor.
So that's
kitties like to eat earbuds.
A lot of this stuff has IP in it that can't be moved anyways. So
right, and yes, keep in mind that everything that's on the Forge does not have Wizards of the Coast IP in it. Yeah, it might have links to it, but it doesn't have the actual IP.
And the other thing I thought about earlier, Rob, before I even brought this up again, the only reason I did, because I'm still seeing a little bit of people that are coming late to the scene. They didn't know what was going on, but also it's not normal to have tons of updates once something's published on the DM's Guild. So I don't think someone who makes a PDF is going to normally do more than a few revisions, right?
Mm-hmm.
No,
but
absolutely.
When you do a Fantasy Grounds thing, it could be weekly or monthly.
Yeah, or daily. I mean,
daily sometimes.
I've had people.
Yep.
And then I work with there's a team of people, Team 2e. They send me a thing, and they go, "No, wait, wait, there's another one."
I forgot. I deleted the light on accident.
So this is all the Panovo. What's up? This is all the. We sold one of these today, I think. It's total.
Nice.
Panovo. So I believe I'm in the neighborhood of 80. I mean, I don't want to count. There's a lot now. It might not be 80, but 70. I don't know. There's a lot of things on the Rob 2e stuff on the Forge now, and they recognize it. So
by the way, the show was Fallout, but we have to talk.
It's Fallout, yeah. So purple is purple is Rob 2e. Purple is me. Orange is Diablo Bob. Green is Matakuri. Aqua is Kent McCullough, and
pink is me.
Maroon is Troy. That's Priest, and
orange is Bob.
Orange is Bob. I said.
My bad.
This blue here, that's Gwydion. Oh, yellow is Sean P. Kane. Pink is Robin. No. This kind of pink, this darker chartreuse. Magenta is J Hart. Robin, I don't think you have anything on the Forge.
I do.
Yes.
You do?
Isn't that part of Fantasy Grounds stuff?
Yeah, didn't you put all the rest on the Forge?
Oh, and all the rest, yes. But all the rest is purple because...
Oh, wow. Toxic.
No, but it's got... See, they're all purple with no names, but yours has your name on it.
Yeah.
Fair.
But it's part of it. But it's part of the toxic. How dare you?
Deep Magic spell code.
Oh, Deep Magic. Oh, yeah, maybe that is
pink.
Why is
Bro, I'm gonna murder you.
Next Saturday, we'll murder you.
It's fine.
Oh, no,
if Rob was nice enough to put my shit on the Forge.
It's probably because don't you also have level up advance? Yeah, see, it's got Robin next. I think
I
did.
No, because
because coding, Robin. It's coding. So
I'm-
purple is me, but it's also anything coding. Yeah, you're right. I should
It's fine. The
whatever.
most important one,
Fine.
Panovo is black. You're welcome.
Yeah, that's right. Black.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just kidding.
It's racist. We don't discriminate. It's toxic. Panovo.
Huh.
And now here's the thing. So everybody's like, "Where's the Panovo Fantasy Grounds module?" Well, I'll tell you.
coming.
That was
It's
a very
coming,
y'all.
Fallout thing to say, though, Robin.
Yeah.
Pink is prettier.
Toxic.
Gonna murder you.
What's funny is it's been Robin's going. Robin, this is my impression of Robin. Wow, like it's not pink for the last year and a half that she hasn't noticed.
Yeah, my bad. I could have swore that the
passive
covers were
aggressive.
pink, but
Well, your covers on DM's Guild for your
yeah, because I don't have a whole lot out there. I know this, but like I did the aura to the simple aura
Yeah,
tokens.
the-
I'm pretty
the-
sure
that's
that one's
pink.
pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's on the DM's Guild still. So
But the reason I did it purple was because I'm not sure why I did deep magic purple and everything. I don't know, but like I didn't want to
fine.
have
I get it.
9 purples and a pink.
yeah, I get it. It's fine. I
Right.
accept your.
But now that there's no
logic.
on Fantasy Grounds Forge, unfortunately, there's no bundle technology yet.
Yet
So I could make it pink because it won't matter because there's
might works if you're listening.
Yeah, believe me, I
Let's
put that
just
on the
go
wish list.
more.
They don't listen. They don't. I think on the wish list, if anything says Rob Tui on it, it gets redacted from those guys. Can't read it. It's all black. They can't read it.
They have like all your emails filtered. They go straight
Right,
to like,
exactly,
trash or
exactly.
something.
I need to send Doug another nickel in the mail.
Yeah.
You guys know that story. So,
Yes.
oh man, what was I gonna say? Oh man.
Panovo.
But no,
Oh yeah, you're right. Thank
That's
you. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
oh, were you?
Yeah.
It's just
So for those of you
silly.
that, I'm staring at me right on the screen. So for those of you that don't know, Robin and Leroon and I have a company, Panovo Publishing. I wonder what happens when you put that in Google.
Oh, we'll have a website soon. Soon.
Whoa! It's the first link in Google. Nice.
Nice.
So we have the Panovo Players Primer, and this is available on DriveThru RPG. I will put the link in the chat. Now this is a PDF, everyone. So calm
Yes.
down.
Currently, just PDF.
It's currently PDF, and we have, as you saw a moment ago, we have the token pack and the portraits pack, all inclusive, 103 tokens and portraits, $5. That is on the Forge. I will give you the link for that.
I
you
did talk
guys-
to Robin and Rob about doing some character creation and content a little bit later on when we get the Fantasy Ground stuff, get some more content out. We'll do some build shows and stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's on the schedule actually. Now, by the way, if you buy Panovo Players Primer Token and Portrait Pack, or if you buy the PDF, or if you buy anything, please rate and review. Please rate and review.
Manicure also made us a calendar module on the.
Oh yeah,
Forge
there is a
as
calendar
well.
module. So let me go back over here. Let me go back here. Let me go back to let's just go to shop and type in Panovo. The calendar module, I believe, is free.
Yes.
And I got to play test it, so that was the best part.
Calendar, yeah. So I'm gonna get the link for that.
Bearkin. Didn't I play Bearkin?
So apologies, but this has now evolved or devolved into a promotional
Sorry.
show.
No, that's okay.
Sorry,
We should,
folks.
you know what? We should. I think every Sunday we should do this at the end.
Exactly.
Not every
and,
Sunday.
and
People
then
get
give
sick
away
of
the
it.
prize. We should have done this and then give away the prize after to make people.
Yeah,
Listen.
exactly.
So, but we're excited about it. And then the Fantasy Grounds module is complete. It will probably be turned in tomorrow because the way we have to do it is upload the files to SmiteWorks, and then Doug is away for the weekend. I don't know. He's got a family and children. Oh, how dare he? And so he's not going to turn my permissions on until tomorrow. And then I'll upload the file, and then we go through the rigorous SmiteWorks / Steam approval process, because we will be putting it not on the Forge. It will be going in the Fantasy Grounds store, which is amazing, and on Steam, which is amazing. even though they have a
Yes.
world
It takes a
economy.
bit.
And if you live in fucking
It's fine.
Russia, you can buy it for 2 rubles. I don't know. I don't understand it.
That's the end goal. We're trying to do this, like a any other legit third party
Right,
publisher.
because
So,
we got content coming down the pike, and
mhm.
so that a process will take from tomorrow anywhere from 3 days to 3 weeks ish, and that is a sliding window that is not guaranteed.
Yes.
So I will obviously let everyone know in Discord and on Twitter. We have to call it X
Mhm.
now when it comes out, and
Yeah, and
then
Sven is asking in chat about hard copy, like print copies of the books.
oh right,
Those are coming.
that's coming.
Um,
So this will
I
eventually
did everything all like
right.
official formatting and all that. We submitted it. It's just sitting in Lightning Source's printer queue.
Price
I'm not
price
sure why.
price for the hardback color version will probably be 49. Price for
No, no, no,
this
no.
no? What is
No.
it?
I'm pulling that up for you. So,
I mean, Watsy books are $60, so what are you gonna?
yeah, but
Oh,
it's not
sorry, FG. Oh,
smaller.
sorry.
Oh, you're
Price for the
right. My
FG.
apologies.
Price for the F.
$49.99.
Yeah, and soft cover will be less, $10 less, I think.
$39.99.
And then we'll do some sort of bundle and what everything's always the
Mm-hmm.
same on it.
Yeah,
So
and I know like people might have sticker shock about those prices, but we literally made the price so that we make because of the cost to print, we're still making the exact same profit margin, if you want to call it that, as
from
we
the
would on
PDF,
PDF.
yeah,
So
because
like we're
it
not
costs.
marking it up any
No,
extra outside of that. That's just the
we're
way the
not. We
cookie
freaked
fell.
out because the cost to print the book is like $38,
Yeah,
something
it's like
ridiculous.
$35.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So
Somewhere in that ballpark.
Fantasy Grounds module, we had a committee discussion about it. And we decided, I think 2-1. Mine was the odd vote out because the normal thing to do with a Fantasy Grounds module is make it 50% higher than the PDF, which would make it $29.99. We are not doing that. We are doing it $24.99. So we will be discounting that basically, and we probably won't raise that unless we do it for inflation in 5 years or something like whatever, I don't know. But it's so $24.99 for the foreseeable future will be the price on the
Yep.
What's it called? The Fantasy Grounds module. That's right.
Yeah.
Special
That's right.
introductory pricing.
Yeah.
Special introductory
Yeah.
pricing for and probably for a while.
Yeah.
But
And
our
like this book
goal,
is, the smaller one, introductory to the setting. It's, got the gazetteer and the races and like all that stuff. It's just short of 200 pages.
So
So,
that's
yeah, it is
small.
196 pages. Now, Robin,
and it's a good price.
did you want to do um a little short speech about what comes after this book?
Yeah, so now that this is out and soon getting Fantasy Grounds and all of that, our plans next, we're doing like 3 book sets for each region in Panovo, like big regions. So next region that we're focusing in on is the Kisdir Kingdom, which is a dwarven kingdom, and some of their neighbors, which includes the bearkin and the dogkin and giants and things like that. And so we're kind of hyper focusing in on that kingdom, showing you their city maps and what their culture is like and what factions are there. So there will be one book that is like a setting guide for the region. And then we're doing a mini adventures tome, which is largely pioneered by Aaron Leroon. And that will have like short one-shot adventures in it, a collection of them, and Leroon even made it so that you could, if you wanted to, run them in order and kind of connect them so that there's like an overarching story, kind of turning it into a smaller campaign-sized adventure. And then the third book in this 3 book set will be a full-length adventure similar to something like Hoard of the Dragon Queen, for example, or Curse of Strahd. But our goal is to have it run from 1st through 20th level for all the players involved in this full-length adventure. And yeah, the set as a whole has a theme, and this one is called the Ice Lord's Domain. So you can imagine there will be lots of, escapades into the northern frosty mountains and things like that. And there's some elementals at work, and yeah, that's kind of the gist of
Robin?
everything.
Robin, will there be
That's-
ice capades? Did you mean ice
Ice
capades?
capades, yes, thank you. That's so much better.
You know, what comes to mind is the Winter Games that took place on Lake Placid.
Dun, dun,
in the
dun,
80s.
dun, dun, dun,
But I hope to
Yes.
have this out, you guys, before winter solstice. How's that?
Yeah, that's definitely the goal for this whole set to be released in the year 2024. And we've been deving on it for a while, just working hard, getting things together.
Ordering
They
pizza,
may
staying
not
up
all,
weekends.
yeah. So all three books may not release like at the same time. I think we're just going to release them as they are finished. And then when all three are out, we will definitely bundle them together so you can get all three and, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and be ready to go. I will say, if you want to, for example, just run the full length adventure campaign, buying the other two books is not a necessity. We want that thing to stand on its own. All the NPCs you need will be in it, etc., etc. But I do think if you get either the mini adventures tome or the full length adventure campaign, I'm going to suggest that the setting guide will go really great with them because it will expand on the cities and give you shops and, like all that kind of extra stuff to really like spice up you running those adventures or running that campaign. But I will never say that like you need to buy all of them together. But we will bundle them together for those that do want all three, and you can get them at some kind of bundle price once they're all out.
Yeah. And the eventual goal, and this is probably 2, 3, 4 years away. I don't know the timeline because I'm not familiar with exactly how it all comes together. But we do want to do a Kickstarter after we have a few sets, 3 or 4 sets of these materials. We'll do a Kickstarter so people could go get the whole thing or get pieces of it or go back and get ones they missed or whatever the hell we do. And there'll be stretch goals and everything else, whatever that you guys know what a Kickstarter is. So that's the eventual goal for this because there are 27 or 30 regions. 30 regions, 35 regions.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, somewhere in that ballpark. It depends on how we want to parcel out the regions. There's
Right.
30 something nations. So
And if you did a
sets
3-book set for every one, it'd be like almost 100.
Yeah. So some sets in the future may be like 2 nations together, like that will be the focus, or we may even expand and go like, oh, this region counts all 3 of these nations, for example. So it might end up being like we only do 20 sets of 3 books or something like that.
But we're trying to make this Panova. We're trying to make that legit. We're trying to make it like that it gets discussed in the world in the same sentences as people discuss Midgard or as people discuss Faerun.
Forgotten Realms, Eberron.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
that's our goal, and that's how we want to treat it. It's our baby, and we want to keep expanding on it and making content for it. And the goal also, is eventually to have like adventure content that suits many different tastes. Like some people don't like doing, big massive dungeon crawls. So we'll have things, there may be a book set that is like a big massive dungeon crawl, but this one will be meant more for like exploratory and, that sort of, you guys get what I'm saying? Like different vibes of adventure content. So we definitely want to cater to as many play styles as there are out there.
And this is very professional, very professional.
Yep.
Thanks.
Very professional.
And I'm gonna think design choice. I haven't brought this up. We'll talk more about Saturday, but I'm thinking about providing crib sheets for the adventure. So
ooh, I like that.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Yeah,
I
because
like
that's
that
something
idea.
that's missing quite a bit. So like one page that has like most of the crap that you need on it, whether they be links or images or both. So, well, like tables and reference stuff.
I love that.
Yep. We'll talk more about it Saturday, but
Yes.
I did want to bring that up because I didn't want to forget.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
I'm excited. I'm so excited. Anyways,
yeah, this is
chat, thank you for listening to me talk about Panova so much. Second week in a row.
So, Layron gave something away. Is Rob going to get something away? Is that going to happen?
I wasn't, but since you said it, I will. Um,
Thank you.
so I will give away.
Don't ambush me on the show. By the way,
I will.
Drake.
Yeah, no, I will give. Well, because usually we give away. Usually we give away something, and he
Yeah.
did. So why the fuck am I giving away something? I didn't give away enough away last week. Holy God! By the way, if you're here now and you weren't here last week, you missed out because everybody in the chat won something last week. Everybody won. Okay, I'm gonna give away a thing. So I'm gonna just put a thing here like this.
Sven
will
says
be-
another Fallout. No.
No,
Uh.
this will be a cost $45. This thing that I'm going to give away now will be an item from the Forge or an item from the DM's Guild, whichever you choose, that has my name on it. Now, before I even do this, let me just put the links in the chat for you guys, so you guys can go to the links. And
That includes the token set. So if you guys want a Panovo
right.
token set, there you go.
That's right, totally. All right, so what you will have to type in the chat is,
What you giving away? I missed it. I was
That's right.
answering, talking to people in chat.
Panovo.
we're
Nice.
giving away no.
Just kidding.
We're giving away we're giving
The
away
usual.
a thing on we're not giving away Ponovo. You know why? Because it's not on the DM's Guild.
No.
Unless you know what you're doing, and it is kind of on the DM's Guild. It's that, isn't it? That's right with an S.
That is
No.
right.
Oh no, it is
No.
that right.
That
Sorry,
right.
everybody. You're
No.
typing that right. If you did type that's right with an S, go back and type.
Everybody already typed
that
it
right.
correctly. I don't,
Yeah,
they know
because
how
they
to
don't
do
trust
it.
me.
They know.
They read. They do what it says, not what I
Right.
say.
The spelling's hard.
So this is an item from the DM's Guild or the Forge for free. And if you type that right, you're doing it wrong. That's right. That's right. Why is it always 11 people? Why is it the same 11 people?
Maybe.
Sambarchi, you can't win again. Sambarchi, we don't allow two winners on one show. How dare you? All right, here we go. Draw the winner. No, it's not
Oh my
Sambarchi.
God, it is Sambarchi.
Draw the winner again. No, Sambarchi, you can't win twice now. Come on.
Oh, that's funny.
That would be funny. It is
Mosk
funny.
and Faz. Mosk and
Mosk
Faz
and
is the
Faz.
winner. So Mosk and Faz, you know what to do. You know the
This
prize
shit is
situation.
rigged.
It's rigged. It's always
Rigged.
Sambarchi.
I love Simbarchi.
Drake's fault. He goes, Rob, you gonna give something away? What am I gonna do? Say
Yeah,
no?
give it away to Sambarchi.
Well,
So Mosk and Faz, you know what to do. Send me the
That
thing.
right,
and-
me.
That right, me. Yeah, that's right. Congrats.
I seriously just thought you forgot, Rob. That's all.
No, I didn't. I wasn't gonna do it because I already gave something away. So
Yeah.
we give away
Drake,
a
you
prize.
just pulled an errand. Sorry.
You pulled
I
an
know,
error.
right?
Pulled
Pulled
a
a
late
late
run. Backing me into a corner live on the air. Holy shit.
Damn. I watched some of those old videos. That's fucking hilarious. I was watching whenever you yelled at me a couple times. You're like, "Don't do that on the stream."
Well, yeah. He, you guys know him. He was very famous for bringing something
Surprising
up
you.
that was. Yeah, he would surprise me, or he would bring something up that probably shouldn't have been brought up, or that was
Yeah.
a
fucked up. Like,
a thing that we talked about, but we weren't ready to make public yet, or whatever. And then he would go, "Oh, don't you want to tell everybody about?" No, I fucking don't want to tell.
God damn it, Larry.
everybody. And then I would have to tell everybody.
Yeah,
Because you
and
can't-
then like 2 weeks later, same shit, different topic.
Stop the show. Stop the show. Pull the plug. Oh, no, Musman, not another Fallout. All right. So
what
let
I
me pull-
learned
let
is
me
I
put the
love to
slides
hate
back.
Rob, but he loves to hate me too. So
That's right. Nobody asked for the driveway cam, but there it is. Nobody asked for it. There it is.
Like all
Okay.
great friendships, there should be a
Yeah.
little bit of animosity.
There's a little
That's
bit.
the thing I like about you best is I don't.
And by the way, if you guys buy the Fallout thing, none of us get anything. We don't get anything for that.
No, not really.
Let me put on the slides.
Actually, I do get something out of it. People
Do you?
are gonna play. That's
Oh
what
yeah,
I
that's
want.
true.
That's what I really want. I don't care what the hell's going on. I just want people to be able to
Yeah,
play.
our Hammer, Robert Hammer reminds me that this Wednesday, in fact, is Solasta. So join us for that, you guys, on Wednesday. That's just a mere 3 days away. On Fridays, we play Candlekeep Mysteries. If I don't cancel the show. Saturdays, we play. This Saturday, we play Dragonlance, Robin's Dragonlance. And we also play Against the Giants. We alternate Saturdays. And then Sunday is this show. Now, Wednesdays, we alternate between Solasta and Baldur's Gate. last week we didn't play Baldur's Gate. We played
Yeah,
Jackbox. Yeah,
'cause I fucked
we
up.
think maybe not gonna play Baldur's Gate ever again. We're gonna just play
We'll
Jackbox games.
see. Yeah,
We'll
maybe.
see. We're
I
gonna advert.
fucked up this Wednesday because I didn't update Baldur's Gate, and apparently they released like the world's largest update known to man, and it took me like what an hour and a half to update my game because my computer's a potato. So
Yeah, mine updated in like 12 minutes. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
Your computer's a potato.
It is.
Well, I'm gonna go do some dishes, y'all.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't know. Order Taco Bell and watch movies. I watched this movie. It's nominated for Best Picture called The Anatomy of a Fall. It's supposed to be one of the best pictures. I recommend the movie if you want to watch a courtroom drama that is half English. I'm not kidding. 50% English and 50% French, and you got to read subtitles. I get really mad when I have to read a movie. I don't want to read if I wanted to read, I'd get a book. I don't want to fucking read a movie. But this, the reason I watched it was because I had a special $1 rental burning a hole in my pocket, and so that was the only movie I could find to rent on Xfinity cable that I have that met the criteria for being able to pay $1.
Mm.
So I fucking watched this movie, and then I was like, can I get that $1 back? It was, yeah, I don't know. Embrace the sub.
I've been rewatching the Star Wars Mandalorian, and now I'm watching Obi-Wan again.
Oh yeah, those are awesome. Those are so good. What's the embrace the sub? What does that mean, Bane? What is embrace the sub at Rob2? Embrace the sub. I don't understand. Sub versus dub. Oh right, but this was on. This was not on a streaming service. This was on Xfinity Cable Direct. So I don't think there is an option to change the sound. Learn French. I kind of did. Oui.
Oui.
Pourquoi?
Oui.
Pourquoi?
Parlez-vous français?
Omelette du fromage.
That's Andy of cheese. That's a Steve Martin joke.
No, omelette du fromage. It's a cheese omelet.
Oh, I see. Was Steve Martin actually saying cheese omelet? That's funny. That you might have
That's what that phrase means.
You might have just blown my world from like 50 years ago.
Omelette du fromage. Yeah, it's a cheese omelet.
I thought he was saying Andre du fromage. What did Robin just say about someone's mouth? So, anyways, come and join us. Come and join us on this channel, everybody. Oh, I all of a sudden just lost a lot of energy on. I talked a lot tonight. Actually, Laroon did it most of the time, but then I went into this thing where I was talking and not breathing. I just kept talking. I'm not supposed to do that. You're supposed to breathe. Sven even tried to get me to take deep breath. All right, we're gonna end the show here. What time is it? How long did we do? We did an hour and 40 minutes almost.
40.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Take deep breaths. Here we go.
Oh.
Deep breaths.
You're supposed to go in through your mouth. In through your nose, right? Here's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go in through your nose and out through your mouth, pursed lips, so like blowing out the birthday candles. And your breath out should be twice as long as your breath in.
Sure. If you want to get lightheaded.
No. This is to prevent you from being lightheaded. Did you know?
Rob, you could do the exercise called link it, lock it, and see, and you're taking in deep breath.
Link it, lock it, load it, lock it, hydrate.
I'm out of water. Damn it! I got ice.
Yeah, I don't know these French phrases.
From La Bouche. So the thing I was gonna say is, did you know that when either like you're hyperventilating or you're lightheaded or what do you need more of? You guys tell me what do you need to get more of if you're
circulation?
Ooh, Robin, that's a good answer. It's not the right one. But it is, most people say air. You need more air.
Oxygen.
That's right. You do not need more air. You need more oxygen.
Which is why somewhat tied to your circulation.
No, but people, yes, it is. That's why I said it was a good answer. So most people, when they get out of breath, they think they need to go, they think they need to fill their lungs with air. And you don't. You need to fill your blood with oxygen. Your lungs are fucking don't have shit to do with it. Well, I shouldn't say they don't have nothing to do with it, but you're supposed to breathe in through your nose, big time, right? Big time, and out through your mouth to get rid of carbon dioxide. And you need to exchange oxygen. You don't need to just suck air. So just keep that in mind. That's a good
Suck
education.
air.
Don't suck air, everybody. So if you're having a problem breathing, just remember in through your nose, out through your mouth. Keep doing that
Long and slow, like you're
Long and
making
slow.
love
That's
to the
right.
Yep.
oxygen.
And then you will.
if you're
It might take a minute, but it'll all come back to you.
if you're in recovery, all you do is just think, just keep breathing. Just
Celestian
keep
shows up at the last minute
breathing.
to quote me the wrong thing I said. Each
A lock of
Panovo,
hair.
it's Pano. What did he say? Panovov. Each
It's
Panovov
Russian
hogcod
now.
comes with a lock of hair. Whose lock of hair?
Mine.
Is it
It's
Robin's?
a joke because I was the other night talking about how good my hair smells
Oh,
because it smells
Oh.
amazing.
does it
'cause I
smell
switched
amazing?
Shampoos. Yes. My hair smells amazing. Thank you. Oh, this happened on Drake's stream. That's when it happened.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I was trying to smell my hair and I can't.
Does anyone want to guess who cut my hair? You guys all know this person.
Sven?
That's right.
I was
Sven?
like, I think he's the only person who lives near you.
He's here all the time. Sven is the greatest dude, you guys. So here's what happens.
I agree with you.
On my birthday, which was Friday, my front door opens. Like I'm sitting in my office, my front door is just to my left, outside the office, and then the hall's there, and then the front door's there. My front door just opens, and in walks Sven with Jimmy John's, and he goes, "Happy birthday! Here's a tuna sandwich and a brownie," and I'm like, "Amazing." Then yesterday, he calls me and he goes, "Hey, I'm gonna go out to Burger King. Do you want me to get stuff and stop by?" And I go, "Yeah." So he comes over and he brings it in, and I go, "Aren't you gonna stay for lunch?" And he looks at his watch and he goes, "Well, I guess I could do that." And we sit down and we have lunch. It was amazing. And today I called him and said, "Hey man, I'm spoiled now with this fucking food. Where is it?" And then, no, he doesn't show up. He doesn't come today. But he did cut my hair a couple of weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago or so. It was 2 or 3 weeks ago in my
That's
kitchen,
awesome.
and he just did it with the thing. And he did it.
That's so awesome. When
Yeah.
my two oldest kids were really little, I used to always cut their hair. So I got really good at doing like a decent boys kind of haircut, tight on the sides and longer on top, and I got pretty good at doing that, like fading with the clippers and whatever. My youngest son though, he's autistic and has ADHD, so he doesn't like getting his hair like shaved.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the feeling of the clippers. So and now my two older boys, they're much older and they much prefer like fancier haircuts. So now all three of my kids must go to the barber for their haircuts. My little one, because I'm not great at doing just scissors only sort of haircuts, and we take him to a place that like caters to kids, and they have like cool seats, and he likes it better and he's more willing to get his haircut. And then the older two, they're like, no, I need a nice haircut from the barber. Even though I know how to do a good haircut, just a shorter haircut, but I'm good at it. Jackass kids. Anyways,
They're jackasses.
I'm kidding. I love my voice so much.
All right. Well, thank you, you guys. Layroon took off, but you guys are still here because you're not
Yeah,
such
I'm here
dicks
until
like
we
he
say
is.
goodbye.
That's right. Robin's here every other week, everybody. Oh, and Fury Fate, by the way, in case anybody, and I forgot to mention that she here at the end of the show. She's not gonna be here for like 2 more weeks, I think, because
Yeah, I won't be here next week.
She's right. Robin comes every
Oh,
other week.
Furied. Yeah,
But
yeah.
Fury is
My apologies.
told she wouldn't be here for, I think she said 4 shows because she's choosing to be a DM and run people through a game instead of being at the show. I don't know what her deal is. Now wait a minute. Let's. Is there anybody to raid? Let's check it out. Let me just real quick see if anybody's available to raid.
Tabletop Notch is playing, but I don't think they're doing.
I only
they're
raid
ending.
I only people we know.
Yeah, nobody's in.
Yeah, nobody's. No, I'm not raiding anybody. I'm not doing it. All right. What about you, Drake? Any final words?
I can get on stream if you want to raid me.
What are you gonna do?
Okay. Nah, I just to get rated. Hey, what's up? No,
Oh,
I'm kidding.
and then cancel the stream right away.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you back on the channel on Wednesday. Good gaming, everyone.